Hello my friends, this is Tony Talks Money. I'm here to teach you ways to achieve financial independence. Right, today I'm going to talk about how to find the best performing shares. Well, I would say there's two ways of doing this. One, you could be really lazy if you don't have the time, inclination or skill and just simply buy a really good, what's known as an index tracker or passive fund. Basically, you're giving your money to what's called a fund manager who will just replicate what's known as an index, the stock market index. Now, people watching this video have probably heard of the S&P 500, which is the US stock market, or they might have heard of the FTSE All Share or the FTSE 100, which is UK stock market. Now, an index tracker or passive fund would just simply replicate the companies that are in that index. Let's say the FTSE 100 share index, the top 100 companies in the UK by size, by value, and just simply invest in the same 100 companies. That's the simplest way to save your money monthly if you don't have the time, inclination or skill. But if you do have those attributes, it's something you're prepared to put time into, to doing your own research, then what I've found over the years is that the best companies to invest in have a number of really important aspects to them. And the number one, believe it or not, is the quality of the management, the integrity of management, the honesty of management. And there's often quite a few telltale signs. Now, the greatest investor in history that I can think of is Warren Buffett. The great telltale signs of Warren Buffett is that he's actually very frugal in terms of the remuneration he takes from Berkshire Hathaway. In fact, the last time I checked, he was only taking £100,000 a year. This is a man who's the fifth richest man on earth. He could easily pay himself millions of dollars a year, but he doesn't because he cares for his shareholders. So not only a business where you've got someone like that who's honest and trustworthy, this is something that you can't measure as a number, for example, but that tells you a lot. And somebody who owns a reasonably good share in the business, we call it skin in the game, say at least 10% of the shares in the business, like Jeff Bezos, for example, of Amazon, because there's too many cases where the CEO or the management team don't act in the best interests of their shareholders. I'm not saying it's deliberate, but it's inevitable if they're not the founder owners and they don't have skin in the game and they're remunerated based on the earnings of the company, because those earnings can be manipulated by clever accountants, and which means they've got the wrong incentive. Whereas someone who's a visionary founder owner really is not interested in short-term performance. They want long-term performance. As they are shareholder, they're not going to screw shareholders because they are one of them. So if you know that they've got great integrity and trust, and they're honest people, that's always a good sign. Now, of course, it has to be a great business as well. So what are the factors that make it a great business? Well, if it's a company that has, say, a monopoly, or failing that, a duopoly, so only two companies controlling the market, or failing that, an oligopoly, just a few companies controlling that market sector. Make sure it's a great sector that's got long-term growth potential. Make sure the company is one that's growing and that it's got a very big market for its products or services. So ideally a global market, and that it's growing very fast. If you meet those kind of criteria, there are others, which I don't have time to go into in one short video, but they're some of the key things that we look for to find these outstanding businesses. And if you invest in those outstanding businesses, you will do well, my friend. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it and got a lot out of it. Follow the links below, and don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends.